Drishtva Pandavanikam Vyudam Duryodhanastata Acharya Mubasangamya Raja Vachanam Apravit. What a Sanskrit! Only a Bhagavan can sing in this poetical trend in war field. I remember Vyasa, who is singing this whole thing, and Ganesha, who is penning down the whole thing. Wow, what a poetry. Duryodhana is depressed. Depression has two types. One, the depression supported by your ego, and the depression which makes you feel total inability. The depression which makes you feel total inability is good. You will understand you need help from outside. You will be ready to listen to Krishna's words, which Arjuna was going through. But the depression which is supported by your ego will not be ready to listen to Arjuna's words, will be interested only in the solutions which you feel a solution. So you may expect some teacher who will support your solution which you are already having, which you are strongly believing even in depression. Depression is not wrong, but the depression supported by your ego is something seriously wrong. Poison which is there in the mouth of the snake is not wrong, because that poison does not kill the snake itself, even though the snake is eating through the same mouth. But the teeth of the poison, teeth of the snake is wrong. The teeth of the snake injects that poison into the person which the snake bites. Poison is depression. The teeth is ego supporting the depression. Snake has poison in the mouth, but it does not die by that poison, even though it is eating through the same mouth. But when it uses the teeth, its ego, to inject the poison, people die. Here, Arjuna is also in depression. Duryodhana is also in depression. Both of them are not able to handle the situation, the mess they got into. Individual souls will always get into mess and will fall into depression by the mess created by themselves. Fortunate, blessed are those whose depression is not supported by their ego. I give you the first non-commandment, the sacred secret from this Bhagavad Gita. Blessed are those whose depression is not supported by their ego. Even if you have depression, there is every possibility you can be saved if your ego is not supporting your depression. If your ego is supporting your depression, you will not listen to the Krishna's teachings. You will not listen to the Master's teachings. You will listen only to the teacher who is ready to support your depression, your understanding, your ambition, your ideas, your thoughts. Even if the teacher is trying to move a little away from your conclusions, you will shout at them. In the next sutras, you will see the drama. During the fight, Duryodhana is disrespecting, abusing his own mentors, Bhishma and Drona, saying that you guys are not fighting the war with full heart. You guys are not using all the capacity, efficiency. Duryodhana is the depression supported by the ego. I tell you, the worst thing can happen to a jiva, soul. The worst mess he can create for himself is supporting his depression by his ego. Depression itself is not wrong. But while you expect your own solution and expect me to support your solution, you are in a big soup. You can't be saved. Naturally, you will start searching for a drona, for a teacher who will support your ego, who will fulfill your ego. By fulfilling ego, you can never walk out of depression. I tell you, depression itself takes away the capacity to think, takes away the logic which functions, the logic which is responsible for you to understand dharma, adharma. When the balance is lost, when the tool which makes you discriminate between the dharma and dharma is lost, naturally you will perish because you are standing in dharma kshetra. You are standing in dharma kshetra. When your logic to discriminate dharma, adharma perishes by your depression, and you do not go to a master who will crack your depression, you go to a teacher who will support your ego, which is supporting your depression, how do you expect you will win? Only when you stand with the master who knows about moksha, only when a master who knows about moksha stands by you, you can even understand dharma. Depression supported by ego is poison injected through the teeth. If the teeth is removed, the teeth is not there, even if the poison is there, it neither kills the snake nor kills somebody else. Looking at the Pandavas' army, Duryodhana falls into depression. Looking at the Duryodhana's army, Arjuna falls into depression. Both jivas, both souls are unable to take the responsibility. I tell you, everybody who enters into the war at one point feels that they are not able to take the responsibility for the decisions they made. In this sutra, the secret for individual peace and global peace is there. Sanjaya says, Drushvadu Pandavanikam Yudam Duryodhanastata Acharya Mupasangamya Raja Vachanam Apravit. O king, looking at the Pandava army in full formation, Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke. He is reminding Dhritarashtra, still you are king. He is using the word, O king, means he is reminding the responsibility to Dhritarashtra. Understand, still Duryodhana is not dead. You are the king. And he is going to Drona for consultation. First thing he says, O king, means you are responsible. Second thing he says, Duryodhana is alive. Third thing he says, he is in depression. Fourth statement he makes is, in depression, he is going to Drona, his mentor, for advice, for consultation. The line which he want to say but could not say because the viewer is biased is, O Dhritarashtra, call Duryodhana now and tell him to talk to Krishna. Go to the master.